Hi, my name is Brent Atwater. I'm the animal medium. That's right. I see and talk with pets on the other side. Now, our question today is that a sign? Is it? Is it an orb? Is that my pet? Look at that streak in the picture. Is that a sign? Or is it a piece of dust? Look at the video. See that piece over there? See that speck? Is that my pet visiting? Well, we need to, for all of those who are new to this, we need to teach you some of the universal laws that go with orbs and ghosts and spirits and apparitions and things that go bump in the night. Well, literally they can, because their electromagnetic energy can create that bump, but it's not something scary. You just ask, who is it, why are you here, and what do you want me to know? And that was covered in another video. But what we are finding is that a lot of folks that are new, when they get a photograph, will be taking, ooh, look, the lighting on that side, it's a spirit. No, it's the technical lighting that we changed up. Or, whoa, is that spot my pet visiting? No, it's dust on the film. Or, look at that prism of light over there. Is my pet visiting in that prism of light? No, it's where the light shone on the lens of the camera and created, a light ray. Now, there are a lot of real things that do show up on film, okay? And there are apps that help you do that, but let me tell you something. There is no way that I would be working with one of those apps, because when you open that portal, you don't know what you're going to be bringing through. And let me warn you, there is another side to this, and the reason we always do, and even I, before I do each video, I surround myself and the energy of the video in the energy of the Christ white light to protect us and have it only be for the highest and best good of those that I came to serve. So I put the video in a Christ white light, I put the content, and I ask for everything that I say to only touch the hearts of those that are supposed to hear it. So all of that is a form of protection. So you don't want to be using any apps or anything that you don't use the protection prayer. And don't change it up, don't modify it. Use it the way it is, because I can guarantee that the way it is works, all right? But a lot of people say, well, I just sort of put my wording in it. It doesn't work that way. I just sort of changed it up a little bit. Doesn't work that way. I spent 20 years protecting people with that prayer and refining that prayer so factually it does protect you. And that prayer is in one of our videos. Now, if you want to see our videos, go to my website, www.brentatwater.com, and up at the top it says TV Show Index, and it will list all of the videos and all of the subjects of the videos, so you can go to exactly the one that you want to see. So back to this. So in signs, a lot of people who are new are reaching. That's the best way to say it. They're enthusiastically reaching and looking at slow motion videos, or reaching and looking at slow motion camera effects with photographs to find a sign from their pet. Now, a lot of people are very successful at it, and they do have signs from pets. Others have orbs that are really wonderful, and sometimes it's just dust, or it's a flying bug, or something like that that's radiating in the photograph. And here's what you want to know. Professional ghost hunters and paranormal folks have machines that literally identify the electromagnetic signals of these orbs and specks and light beams. You need to hear that, because that's the essence of this video. Every being that presents itself as a sign, be it in a video, be it as an orb, be it as a streak of light, be it as a fuzzball over in the corner of your photograph, or an over-imaging or an overlay, if it's captured in a photograph or on film, then it has, just like every snowflake does, and every human being does, and every sentient being does, every being has a specific, individualized, that's right, specific, individualized electromagnetic energy frequency pattern. And that's how I can tell when I do a reading if a pet is coming back or not. I look at the old pet's deceased energy pattern, his soul's energy pattern, and I look at the new pet's soul's energy pattern, and if the two overlay and mesh, then that means it's a comeback kid. But a lot of people will say, oh, that's my pet. And then I'll look inside the deceased pet's body and look at that soul's electromagnetic energy pattern, and I'll look at the new pet's electromagnetic energy pattern, and they're not the same. But I don't tell them unless they ask me, because it's their path to think that, and in time they'll realize that's not fluffy. For those that are lucky, and the 30 to 40% that do reincarnate, and that is fluffy, yeehaw, okay? But when you have a picture, a photograph, a film, or anything that is a recorded instrumentation of another dimension, it has a specific electromagnetic energy pattern. And that's how we can look at, or I can look at a picture and I'll go, nope, that's not your pet over in the corner. And they go, why not? It's a blue streak. It doesn't have your pet's electromagnetic energy signature pattern to say that it's your pet. Now, the cool part about that is if you get a bunch of them, like orb, 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 and you have a whole bunch of them, if you're able to read that energy pattern, you'll be able to know who each or what or whom or what being or where it came from each orb energy pattern comes from. If it's a universal energy pattern, you'll read it. If it's from the Greys, you'll read it. Palladians, you'll read it. You know, from the different universes and the different sides of life and throughout the universe, everything has a signature energy pattern. And that's what identifies you in the universe. So when you're looking at your pictures and you're looking at your videos, don't just go off and go, oh, it's my pet visiting. I just know it is because it's a blue streak. It may be a lens refraction. You know how a prism light jumps off a lens refraction? It's a possibility. It could be a bug. It could be a piece of dust. It could be something else. So always check to see if it is a specific electromagnetic frequency energy pattern. And for those, again, who are with paranormal activities, I know that you measure it because you can go, that's a male energy pattern, or that's a female energy pattern, or that's a pet, because they can look at the resonance on the machine of the energy frequency that being, it's basically an electromagnetic being, although it may present as something filmy to you, or orby to you, or paranormal to you, or apparition-y to you, or ghosty to you. It's really an energy pattern. And they can measure that energy pattern on the machines that they have. And the machines are very much like a Geiger counter. And you know, something that you don't think about, which I think is fascinating. When you have an electrocardiogram for your heart, or an encephalogram for your brain, or anything like that, that's measuring the electromagnetic beat of your heart. So that's the kind of pattern we're talking about. And although your heart has an electromagnetic rhythmic pattern that they can tell whether it's aberrant or not, whether you've had a heart attack, sentient beings all have that same specific individualized electromagnetic energy pattern. And that's why when I see them or I look at it and I look at that pattern, I can identify who's reincarnated, who's not, or if it's your pet in a picture or which pet it is. Because I can see energy and I can see the electromagnetic energy patterns. So that's why, please, before you go saying, oh, that's my pet, I'd like you to sort of check it out, and I'd like you to think very carefully about it because it might not be your pet, okay? But we encourage you always to send all of these patterns and to show us all these patterns so that everybody can know that animals do, literally do contact us from the other side, and pets and people, through these electromagnetic forms, all right? And come over to our group. It's listed below, okay? It's a Facebook group. It's called Animal Reincarnation and Animal Life After Death. We answer lots of questions like that. We share photographs. We examine the energy patterns to see if factually it is your pet sending you a sign. Now, we do not give readings in the group, and we do not give readings on the pictures, okay? Because I don't feel that that's right. I feel that's a very personal thing and should only be between you and your pet. And we do, however, have conversations about how to see these signs, how to ask for these signs. And there's a whole chapter in my book, After Death Signs, that teach you techniques on how to connect and communicate with your pet. Okay? And that will allow you in the privacy of your home to practice these techniques. And that's how my book is different from all the other Pet Afterlife books. I give you and teach you the techniques. And a lot of people say, well, I'm upset I can't see something. Look, everybody has a different ability in every lifetime. And I state in the book, although I give you the techniques to see, feel, touch, hear, smell, all of that to connect with your pet, and connecting is totally different than communicating with your pet. Although connection is a form of tactile and tangible and visual communication with your pet. Connection and communication is different. But although I'm teaching you the connection techniques, it doesn't mean in this lifetime you have that skill set. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because if we all came with the same skill set, then nobody would have something to teach somebody else. Okay? So, thank you for listening today. Come to our group. We'll love to talk to you about your signs. I'm getting ready probably to do a class on how to identify electromagnetic signature patterns so you can tell if you want to in a picture or a video if it's your pet and which one it is, so that you'll know how to identify these wonderful beings that are taking time and spending time to be with you, to show that they're not waiting at Rainbow Bridge and dead and you have to die to be with them. They're excited, they're happy, they're well, they're healthy, they're whole, the minute, nanosecond, minute, immediately. Can I say that again? Nanosecond, immediately, when they cross over and transition from that fursuit into living energy. So they're ready to rock and roll and visit you. And we hope that you'll open your mind and allow that. Because if you don't allow it, they're going to go, well, Mom doesn't think this is true, so I'm going to honor that and I'm not going to show her things. Now, they'll bump up against you and see if they can encourage you to think about opening your mind. But if you don't open your mind and say, come on down, Fluffy, I'd like to see you, come on and visit, then they're going to honor your choices, okay? And people say, well, I didn't get a sign. I said, well, did you think you can? Well, no. Excuse me. They can't honor your choices if you don't allow them to do so, all right? Thanks for listening. We have a sister station, www.petliferadio.com. petliferadio.com. My show is alive again. We have lots of podcasts over there that you can listen to 24/7 that will help you get through this grief. And we have lots of videos, so check out the video index and find the subject you want to learn about. And we ask you to subscribe. Yep, subscribe, so that you can learn more, because we're hoping to expand the awareness of the paradigm of pet loss. It's not about dead Fluffy. And it's not about dead Fluffy at Rainbow Bridge and you got to die to be there. It's about Fluffy is alive and well because he's living energy that just happened to slip out of his earth suit and now is hanging out with you. Again, follow us on Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We'll be doing live Q&As over there, and I look forward to seeing you then. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for taking time